So the first thing you do is set this commander to sappers. It's always best to set every commander to sappers to protect the banners. The AI doesn't always work, but sometimes they'll actually target the sappers first. Pick up these both, and the first thing you do is build this ballista, because you want to get that out of the way as quickly as possible. You don't have time to completely upgrade it before the catapults come, so you have time to build it. And this will vary depending on how fast your build upgrades are. But it's about enough time to at least build it, and then I have enough time to upgrade it once. But you want to position it so it hits kind of in between these two windows, because when the two enemies spawn, it'll hit both of them. Right, then I also set this captain to both two-handed and sappers, and then immediately run up to start working on the catapult. And if I did it right, you should be finished just as the catapult gets into position. So upgrade speed. And damage. And you crank all the way out 6 times, and then 3 to the left. And you'll hit the catapult, and then hopefully both waves as they arrive. And I don't fire immediately, I wait till these waves get in range, and so you can actually hit them. I don't always get it right. You have to time it pretty well to actually hit this guy in the right, and I did not. The key is that you want to try to hit every wave, every group, at least once, to get rid of the sappers. And it's not the end of the world if you miss. Oops. Like, I'm gonna miss here. Just because I had to waste time on the... Alright. So I'm not gonna hit all the groups. I'll miss this one, I think. And it's kind of... It's never the same. Like, I don't even think the groups stagger themselves the same way every time, so you're not going to hit them exactly, but you just kind of, you know, adjust the catapult as necessary. And try to hit as many as you can, at least once. And then I always set up for the catapults next time, for the next wave, by putting it back in position. I think that's too far. That's probably fine. Just so you don't have to worry about it later. Okay, since this is off cooldown, I'll change this commander to sappers. And then we'll go back and finish the ballista. And get it loaded. Always remember to load. I often forget to load the thing, and just that little bit of time to load and crank it is enough time to miss one of the sappers that comes in the first wave. And then while I wait to see which encounter it is, I'll try to kick down ladders. This does slow it down, but that's okay. It's better than risking losing a soldier during any of the encounters, really. I've had it happen where they'll just get overwhelmed, and either this commander or this commander will lose a soldier. And then you just lose so much from that. There's no hope of getting Plat. And even gold gets difficult the more soldiers you lose. You want to kind of stay close to the door, so that when it opens you can run in immediately. And it's culvert. So with culvert you just Gotta run back behind the wall. Gimli will come with you, but he's useless as usual. I immediately set this foreman on haste, and then I'll go grab a rock. You can help them with the rocks, and it makes it go much faster. If you can, you know, if you have the ability to challenge these guys, all the better. I don't think it's really necessary. They die pretty easily, so any class these days can probably take them down. If you have time or the want, you can put a barricade here, and I usually will, and upgrade it. You just gotta remember to pick it up when you're done. You can also put this guy on two-handed.
Two hands on your weapons!
Can't hurt. And then just grab more rocks as you have time, but since there are enemies now, I'm actually gonna go back. Challenge didn't hit anybody. Okay. I stay in officer generally for this, so I can heal the laborers and haste them. Yeah, once I realized you could actually haste the laborers, this got so much easier. And I'll usually throw in another charge. Obviously that only works if you're a guardian, but you can put a trap down. I don't think it matters. This one's so easy. But you know, the more stuff you put there to hinder the enemies, the easier this will get at the cost of time. So we're actually going to be one rock short of ending it now. So I'll have to go get another. When it gets close to the end like this, you can kind of risk them being wounded. I think they're fine, but basically I can end this now rather than waiting for them to come all the way back. Because he'll place his rock and make 17. And then I'll place my rock. And platinum. Just run back up. Change the last commander to sappers. Throw in a heal measure. And then you just kind of check banners, although they should be fine. That one's a little low, so we'll watch where we're going, and then we'll go top this one off. Second wave is coming, but that's fine. This one was a little low, so I'll give that one a little help. And then any remaining time will be to get rid of hooks and ladders, particularly on the right side, closest to the door here. That's where I've lost soldiers the most times. So I like to start with it as clear as I can get it. And just keep an eye on the catapults coming and run up with enough time to start launching at the waves. these soldiers and stuff, yeah, they just heal themselves. So in between the waves, they'll heal themselves. So you don't have to worry about them starting with low health or anything. And then I have a little more time, so I'll take some on the left. Okay, so they're getting close, so I'll go ahead and run up now. Okay. Again, I wait for the waves to get close. These catapults will damage banners and soldiers and stuff, but 1 or 2 shots is not the end of the world, and I think it's better to get hits on these groups, because you can always go down and repair as necessary for the banners and stuff with the extra time. It's a little bit off. If you get that fast enough, you can actually get every group kind of in sequence really easily. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a couple groups twice. This one will get hit. No, I'm completely off there. Okay, so I do need to go over to the left. Good. I hit both those. So there's only the back 2. So they far out, but it's fine. You don't have to be exact on that. It's just trying to get rid of a large number of sappers to make the banners less urgent. Alright, so I usually go down. You want to time this trap so it doesn't run out, but I think it's safer to put it down. Where's my barricade? I left it down behind. Like I said, you shouldn't do. So. So this would be bad if it started right now. So it's a good thing I recognized that before I started launching the rock drop. Oh no! My charge is out. Okay. You guys handle him. At least I got the trap down. There's going to be another cask there, yep. That one's gonna go off. Maybe. Got it. Okay. Definitely put a barricade there. Fire the ballista. Interrupt this guy if you can, otherwise kill him as fast as you can. Did I not fire it? I didn't fire it. Okay. So a little sloppy start there, but no worse for the wear. You have to kill the vandals before they set the siege supplies on fire, and ideally keep any of the sappers from getting past back to the winch or any of the supplies in the back. That's why you have the ballista here. This ballista will kill anything in both of these windows, and then you just deal with whatever comes out of this window, which will stop on your trap. In between waves, I always go check on these guys. If you see any yellow whatsoever, you gotta go heal them in between a wave when it's safe. Otherwise you will lose a soldier and lose platinum. It's a little damaged, so I'll give it a couple points here. Those guys all seemed fine outside. Yeah, so ideally I had that barricade already in place, and I was up on the wall when it started, so I didn't have to run on the way back. And then it wouldn't have been so chaotic on the very first wave. You just launch the ballista, kill the guys in these windows, kill this guy, and you're golden. Yeah. There's a yellow. So, you go to officer. Give them all sorts of buffs. Let them try and recover. And we'll check on them again. Okay, we're all topped off. Looks like no yellows over there. There we go.
Tower are secure.
Occasionally, a sapper, like there are enemies that come up right here, sappers and vandals, and they run upstairs for some reason, and I'm not actually sure if there are supplies up here. I mean, yeah, there are supplies up here, but I've never had these be a problem. So I think these guys up here can take care of them, no problem, especially because these guys will chase after them. So I've never had that be an issue. I guess feasibly you could lose if they set one on fire, but I think it's so rare you don't have to worry about it. So both encounters are done, and we just check banners, which look so far to be okay. Yep. Check commanders. All green. All green. Green, and then so at this point you can just go nuts with the rock drops and end it. If there's still enough to hit with the catapult, then yeah, you want to kind of use the catapult because it's faster and you can get poison, but usually by this time you can't, they're too close. At some point you may have to move to either the left or right rock drop because you won't be able to hit the group anymore with the middle one. You just do that as necessary. If any banners were damaged, you go repair them. If any soldiers were injured, you heal them. It's kind of hard of course for these things. Did hit. There we go. Okay, so not textbook, since I forgot the barricade downstairs. This isn't even strictly necessary as long as you're here to shoot the ballista. It's just there as a hedge to slow them down a little bit and cause some damage. Obviously you could put another trap there if you have the time, the cooldown to put another one there. I usually don't bother because this ballista just kills them. And once you're set up and in position, it's fairly easy to keep on top. It's just if you're a little late getting there, like I was, you may have to run around a bit. It's just important to get rid of the fires. Even a cask blowing up is not the end of the world, you just have to put out the fire.